Trending in BYU Sports Nation. Topic 1.
South Beach Holiday Party. As we mentioned, BYU football will play an American Athletic Conference team in the newly formed Miami Beach Bowl at Marlins Park in December. As of 10:05 a.m. Mountain Time today, it is official. BYU Athletics confirming that the Cougars are headed to South Beach for the holidays. Joining us now from the college football playoff meetings in Dallas, Texas, American Athletic Conference Commissioner Mike Aresco. Mike, great to have you with us on BYU Sports Nation. Why did the AAC view BYU as a formidable partner in this new bowl game?
Well, first of all, thanks for having me on. Is this Jerem I'm talking to?
This is Spencer. Jerem is sitting to my left.
Great, Spencer. Thanks for having me on. Again, we're really excited about having BYU in the game. There's just so many good reasons for having them, and again, they're trying to find some pretty much guaranteed bowl slots, assuming they win the requisite number of games, which is pretty likely in view of the 9 straight bowl games that they've played in. But we're just delighted to have them in the game, and I think it's going to be a great experience for them and their student athletes.
We're still waiting on some more information about it, but can you tell us what day it will be?
Spencer, we're working. We're likely to do a TV deal, with ESPN. We haven't, finalized everything, but in terms of the date, it's likely to be a few days, before Christmas. Maybe 3 or 4 days before Christmas, somewhere in that neighborhood. It's definitely going to be before Christmas. I can tell you that. And whether it's the 22nd or 23rd or 21st, it won't be later, obviously, than the 23rd. 22nd is an ideal date. We're talking to ESPN, and again, I don't want to presume things, but
sure.
We've obviously been working with ESPN on this. We haven't announced anything or finalized anything, but the Miami Beach community certainly feels that that's the opportune time for the game, and it'll be obviously very successful at that time of year.
Commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, Mike Aresco, also a member of the College Football Playoff Management Committee. He's in Dallas, Texas at the College Football Playoff meetings and on BYU Sports Nation with Spencer Linton and Jerem Jordan. In terms of an opponent out of the AAC, Mike, what can you confirm for us as to who BYU will match up against?
Well, I can't tell you precisely, Spencer, but it'll be one of our good teams. It'll be one of our top teams. We're obviously, we have a lot of flexibility. Obviously, if our champion is the highest ranked of the 5 conferences, Conference USA, Mountain West, MAC, and Sun Belt, we would go to the College Football Host Bowl. We also are obviously going to try to have that team compete for one of the 4 playoff slots. Won't be easy, but as you know, we've had some success on the field with
sure.
UCF winning the Fiesta Bowl,
Absolutely.
and we've got some strong teams. But so our top team, we're hoping that that's where they go, of course, because that would obviously mean we've been successful. But if the champion doesn't go there, we potentially could have the champion in the Liberty Bowl. But other than that, we have pretty much wide scope. Now, from 2 through 6, we have almost complete flexibility as to where we want to put a team, with the caveat that we do have a backup arrangement with the Liberty Bowl, that if we are in that game and we would be playing either Big 12 or SEC, they could potentially have our number 2 team. I don't want to get into too much detail.
Sure.
It's probably inside baseball for some of the fans. But the point is, we have the ability to send a really good team to Miami Beach, and that's what our intention is. We want BYU to have a really good opponent.
There are 3 teams on BYU's schedule already from the American Athletic Conference. This is part of a relationship that will go 3 teams in 2015 as well. Cincinnati in 2016, East Carolina, newcomer to the conference 2017 and 18. Is there fear is the wrong word, but will you try and avoid a rematch of BYU against a team that it plays this season in Connecticut, Houston, or Central Florida?
Well, yeah, we would rather not have a rematch, no question. And again, we'll have to see how things shake out. But, we're really pleased that we are playing BYU as many times as we are. I mean, we view this as a real positive. On the other hand, you would really like to avoid, a rematch at this point. And again, based on, past history, you're able to figure that out. But, we're very excited. I mean, they go to UConn on the 29th of August.
4 months from today.
Yeah,
and they had a great game with Houston last year, the 1-point game.
Yeah.
Terrific game. Houston's going to be one of our stronger teams. And then, of course, UCF was our champion and probably will be, again, right among our top few teams again. So and in the future, East Carolina, Cincinnati, Tulane, UConn appear back on the BYU schedule. We'll work with Tom Holmoe to do even more games. I was with Tom last night here at the meetings. He and I are old friends, so there's no reason why we can't do more. We think BYU has a certain synergy with a lot of our schools. We play at a high level of football. We play in good markets. We play attractive schedules, and I think BYU would find all that attractive from their end.
Mike Aresco, the commissioner of the American Athletic Conference, is on BYU Sports Nation with Spencer Linton and Jerem Jordan. Mike, you're at the college football playoff meetings in Dallas, as you just mentioned, talking with Tom Holmoe, BYU, the athletic director at BYU. The Cougars are in an interesting place in independence, and a part of this now it seems like everyday shifting landscape in college football. Where does BYU fit in from a national standpoint in your perspective?
I view BYU as a national team. I always have. I go back a long way with BYU. Programmed a lot of their games in my days at ESPN, and then occasionally at CBS. Dr. Samuelson is an old friend as well. BYU is a national program. They've distinguished themselves over the years. They have a national following, a huge following. They're one of those brand names that everybody knows. Their program over the past 40 years has, check me if I'm wrong, fellas, but I think it has more wins than anybody but Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Ohio State.
That's right. They're tied for fourth the last 40 years.
Yeah, and then been in the top 25 in 31 of the past 40 seasons. Obviously won the national championship in 1984. Obviously had all those great players. I remember doing a Miami BYU game when I was at ESPN. Ty Detmer, the game at Miami, were coming off a championship loss to BYU early in the season out there. Tremendous game, one of the really great games that I think ESPN televised in that era. BYU has everything that you'd want. They have the program has just been consistently successful, but there's more to it than that, in my view. BYU has the relationship with BYU is very valuable to us because the university has the right values. It's got great people. The competition has always been first rate. The stadium is beautiful. The town, the university, everything about it is great for us, and we're just pleased that we have this relationship, and they mean a lot to college football. They always have. You're right, they're in a unique spot as an independent. Not that easy to be an independent these days, but they've done a really good job working with ESPN to develop some good schedules.
Mike Aresco, commissioner of the American Athletic Conference. Great to have you with us. Thanks for the time. And I'm just going to say this. If at any point you want to include BYU in the Bahamas Bowl, I think we would welcome that as well.
Well, have Tom give me a ring. But no, again, thank you, Spencer and Jeremy. Really appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thanks, Mike.
Thank you.